Lookity, look at that Torgity Torg helmet. Torg-esque, anyway. Yeah. Should I farm? Should I farm? Should I farm for another Striker-D-Diker? Don't worry, I'm not going to. I still really wanted one with a Torg reflex. Material type is pervy. Sticking with that. I had a feeling that would look awesome. Nothing revolutionary about communism. It's an old idea that appeals only to old minds. Still sticking with that. By the way, if
just give me something to shoot.
Farming isn't your thing, then just skip over any of these videos that have the word farming in the subtitle. Oftentimes when I farm, I don't just farm for one specific thing. I farm for one specific thing plus other things that I find along the way that I know will or might be useful.
Well armed.
Like a plasma caster.
Later, Vault Hunter. I'm sure we'll be doing this again.
Oh, by the way, I'm drinking coffee out of a special mug that my friends got for me.
Please insert any.
It's orange and white. My favorite color is orange. And it has a picture of a boxer on it. As in the dog breed. My favorite breed of dog. I had a boxer back in the day.
Come back anytime. Excuse me.
Wonderful dogs.
Are you gonna stop the warrior?
Be aware, though, that they need space to romp and be as they are.
Welcome, customer. 2 words, my friend. No refund.
They're not meant to be cooped
I'm
up.
legally obligated to tell you, I ain't a real doctor. If you got the money, I'll save your gall-darn life. Sold!
Worth it.
Next
It
time.
wasn't a bad price by TVHM standards.
Bleeding to death. Just think, doctor said. I'll patch you up whenever you need it.
rations. Sorry.
He offers you a high five later. I don't know why I like to do that. I just like pig stickers. Just because. Like my load a bit. Need to get some use out of this. Need to get some use out of this. I'll probably end up selling it because I've got this. Yeah, I guess I could get some use out of this. You know, it's gross. It's grody go nuts. And I'll save this for later. I should get some use out of this. I'll save that for later. Oh, that's 7, 8, 6. I really need a new amp shield. The dust. Great place to farm. Take a swig of my coffee. Yeah. Believe it or not, I just started drinking it too. Yeah, I hear you in your mind brain. You're saying, you're right. I don't believe it. We know that Gwen's head box is not right there, which means it's probably in one of its other locations. I don't know if the Gwen's head box always appears somewhere on the map.
Welcome to Dr. Zed's Portable Clinic. What can I get for you?
Looks like everything here is going to be under level.
Remember, we're
Thanks for coming out to see me. Got a fun little project for you. How do you feel about gang wars? The Hodunks and the Zephyrs have been having a half-assed feud for years, and I've been thinking the world might be a teensy-weensy bit better if all of them were dead. Or at least one of them. Grab those explosives and the clan emblems. The emblems are back in the junkyard. Here's my plan. You go to Hodunk territory, do that thing you do, by which I mean shoot lots of people and look damn good doing it, and leave the Zephyr emblem as a calling card. Then you head to Zephyr territory in the Highlands and do the same thing with the Hodunk emblem. Sound good?
Flattery will get you everywhere, I guess. I'll go ahead and pick these up.
Alone won't do it. We'll need each clan's family emblem. Check my junk yard. I'm pretty sure I got some old emblems lying around somewhere.
Check my junk, y'all. I bet she said it that way because that functions as a double entendre.
Hodunks chose that as their emblem because they love skinny chicks. And they love skinny chicks because they's pussies. Zephyrs chose a clover as their emblem for good luck, which be pretty damn ironic once we're done with them.
I am going to
Now
do...
that you got all the stuff, head out to the Hodunk Speedway. Man, those Hodunks are gonna be so pissed. They'll regret not killing me when I was a baby even more.
Did she just call them Modunks? Get out of here, fly. I am going to do Clan War because I want the Maggie. It's less worthwhile to do that mission on normal mode. because you end up with a low-level Maggie. Of course, if you like to build multiple characters like I do, I should farm Goliaths while I'm here. Oh wait. My mind brain is skipping ahead. I need to go somewhere else first. I just like Bug Gulch. I always look forward to going there because you can get some really good stuff. Ow. I might as well get that part of that quest done. Catch 6 more spider ants while I'm here. Plenty to go around. Some might argue that the Striker truly is scope-worthy. And it may be, but still, it's only relatively scope-worthy. And if it had a proper set of iron sights, it would be better off in that configuration. Rifle-style iron sights. Or ghost ring sights. I probably mentioned that in a previous episode.
Ellie, sweetheart, when are you gonna come back to Sanctuary?
Forget whether or not
I know you're angry.
Got these.
I'm not going to apologize for what I said, but it's not safe out there. Both of those dumbass families think the other started their clan feud. Neither of them knows the war actually started thanks to a big misunderstanding regarding a bar tab and a
Zone sportsmanship style.
long story. Maybe I'll tell you sometime. The point...
I need this.
The truce between the Zaffords and the Hodunks can only last so long. Sooner or later, war will break out again, and you do not want to be in the middle of it. Trust me, sugar. You don't have the constitution for it. But hey, if you'd prefer to live near a bunch of bandits who want you dead rather than stay with your mother, who God forbid wants you to care about your appearance, that's your decision to make. But it's the wrong one. Just come back, honey.
Spider ants. Yeah. Now all I need to do is waste some crystallus. That'll be for another time. Now, the way strikers and long riders, striker being a legendary long rider, the way it functions, at least the way I imagine it, is rather than having an over-under barrel assembly, which the Hyperion barrel only vaguely resembles from a distance, that tube under the barrel might just as well be a magazine tube, which on a Hyperion shotgun we know it's not. There are no shotguns that feed from magazine tubes in Borderlands 1 or 2.
Alright, I'll surrender. Just rob me and get it over with.
You'd better not screw me over like that one time. You only have a limited time to get up here and get this stuff. See? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? So predictable. Why am I going there? See, now I'm cheesed off, so I'm not thinking straight. No, I was right. I was right. I hate how this game intentionally tries to screw you out of something. Whatever it is you're trying to get, it has nothing to do with difficulty. It has to do with, let's call it circumstance. Finishing move. It's only too bad this has a flat-off scope. It's under-scoped. Malawan sniper rifles, regardless of barrel type, always accurate enough to be worthy of a Malawan, Jacobs, or Hyperion scope. Saving my booster for this. Gonna have me some fun. Might have hit the booster a bit too early. No, I didn't. That worked out just fine. You can wreck my ride if you want.
Maybe I'll still let you go!
Jacob's guns had heavy recoil in Borderlands 1 too. 1 also. But the concept of recoil was sort of interpreted differently. In Borderlands 1, recoil meant recoil type recoil, and not just your view waving around. Muzzle jump. Probably shouldn't be using protection relic with this particular shield because it sort of defeats the point. But hey, I'm only using it because I have it. I figure, might as well get some use out of it before I sell it. Even though it's grody. The concept of it, the purpose for which it was built, is just gross. Yeah, I'll shoot my own vehicle. Notice how I aim slightly off?
Catch this with your mouth!
By the way, that Jacob shotgun that shoots slugs is from Pirate's Booty. Captain Scarlet and her Pirate's Booty. Is that amp? It's probably sub 40. It was green. I want a blue or better. Called it.
I've been waiting for this. How'd that feel, huh?
Could you imagine trying to shoot clays with a scoped shotgun? No, I should do some of this. Are you stuck? Seriously? You can't just figure out how to walk around it? As cool as this thing is, actually as hot, I should say, as it is, figures, screw it. As hot as this thing is, I would still prefer a plasma caster. I'll find some more enemies to use this on. And I need to get some use out of this. I wasn't expecting either of those to hit. Ah, stupid stone. See how the love thunder. Oh. Knock me down. I'll get back up with a melee strike. If you can knock me down.
Welcome to die! Why so coward? Stop winning! No! Bird! Come back!
See, the recoil doesn't feel like recoil. It just feels like your character can't hold the gun straight. Notice how the shield recharge is semi-arrested. Open up! Come on! Open up! Open!
Crap. He's a Hyperion more bent than a boomerang. He probably took Carson to the Hyperion Friendship Bureau.
What do I have to do to get this damn thing to open right? There! Why do I have to stand in a certain place?
Good God.
There's an E-Tech. Looks like a TDR. It's not my style. Stingy on the plasma casters. Now let's see if I can do this right. There. That really does stay down a long time. I'm not doing the melee build. Melee isn't. I shouldn't have done that. Actually, since I'm going to the gulag, it doesn't matter. Melee is for Axton is for backing up firearm battle. Secondary to projectile weapons. Blue label, Teddy SMG. I forget what the specific model is called.
Dead? I can fix that. Set out. Welcome to my
I like that
humble
material
shop.
type. I could go ahead and sell this.
Come back
I don't know,
anyway.
maybe I'll try to get some use out of it somewhere. Hope. Huh. We've all heard that one before. That's a bad joke. No. Necrophage means eater of death, or death eater. Basic. Think. Wish this place would scale to your level more. Like, at least level 40, between 40 and 42 on TVHM. Notice though I'm not using the electric rifle on droids. Missed an opportunity to do a zone sportsmanship challenge. Shoot its arms off, sprint toward it, jump over its shield breaker hyper ion blast. Finish it off with a melee strike.
Success.
High concept gaming.
Success imminent.
Crimson Lance were better than you guys. Huh. Killed it just by blowing its arm off. Now I used that a little bit. Pig stickers on everything. If I had my slagging gun here. Or my firearm. Plus I still have that pig sticking Jake sniper back in my collection. Prioritize exploders, followed by Bernie's. Hot loaders. Loving the striker.
Son of a bastard!
Enemy skill.
I still say we would be better if it had real, genuine article iron sights. And that would mean that the Hyperion shotgun barrel in general would need to have a front sight, a real front sight. Jacking around with Jakes. Remember the Hyperion advertisement that says hell is reserved for pedophiles and people who use Jacob's weaponry? Well, does that apply to Nisha?
You'll break us out of here if I tell you, right, Mobley? Of course. I'm your pal, Carson. Now where's that chest? The flats, buried under a grave. So when do we bust out of here? Carson's dead? No surprises there. I've heard of that Mobley guy. Small-time bandit. Dangerous. Watch yourself.
Welcome to life. Not. Whenever you're taking out surveyors, strafe left or right as you're firing a shot, no matter what kind of weapon you're using. That wad of dollars fell through the map. Acceptable loss. Still irritating that that's capable of happening, though. What? The phage got me.
I didn't sign up for this, damn it.
If one tactic doesn't work, switch to another. You have plenty to choose from.
When you think murder, think Marcus Munitions. May it help you kill many things. Pleasure doing business.
I'll go ahead and sell this. I prefer my double taps non-elemental and with a pig sticker. Pig sticker, not obligatory, but definitely appreciated.
Into the receptacle
Gunnerang, one of the most unique textures. The only Teddy gun with wood grain texture. It's wood grain spliced together with clown puke. Not exactly clown puke, more like some kind of, I don't know, caterpillar colors.
These are the same stars on Pandora. Let me toss the numbers at you. 23, 806.
Please insert any donated organs into the receptacle below. You won't find better merchandise anywhere else. I made sure of that.
Stick you like a pig. Doomstick. Still enough spider ants. Plenty of spider ants for at least one Goliath to beat up on. I'll probably farm for both the Varuk and the Liuda, also known as Liuda, also known as White Death. But not in this episode. Those were both carapace shots. Not even shots to the abdomen. These things probably have their heart in their... part of their heart anyway in their abdomen. Insectoid creatures from this planet have a tube for a heart, typically. Runs through the thorax. Well, yeah, they would typically have it in the thorax. Along the ventral portion of the thorax, specifically.
I can not conform to my reputation.
Somebody's got something that packs a punch.
New friend.
Is that a rocket man? Yes.
Did you miss me?
Oh, where's the other one? I see him.
You better goddamn scream for
Go
me!
through. Keep away unless you want a lead milkshake.
Get ready to feel my feet! I'm gonna gag you!
Another. Hey, a juggernaut. Using Tors. Gunzerking. Gunzerking with a pair of Torg Doomstorms. Which would look way cooler if you cocked them. This is true for Sal, too. Cocked them Sarah Connor style. Or Kyle Reese style, if we're going by Anton Yelchin's Reese. He did a really good Reese. Whether or not you like Terminator Salvation, you have to admit, the late and talented Anton Yelchin. You can tell he studied Michael Beaton to get the body mannerisms, speech mannerisms right.
Power! More! Ever been strangled with blood, domestics?
The Black Queen, oh, will I get the Nukem? She's mine. Nah.
I'll crack your skull open with my
Yeah. Land the killing blow myself.
Murdering you is gonna be so
Finish him.
Welcome to Hell with you apart, piece by piece!
Come on. Don't stick me on the scenery.
You're ready?
There.
I'm so goddamn ready!
Don't get distracted. I'm just a spectator right now. What? What's your deal? Brilliant AI. There. I'm going to take a swig of my coffee here.
Try breathing through fresh blood!
What am I stuck on? Video game logic. Get out of my way. Pseudo stomp. I actually dodged that one. You got about a third of your health left. You better kill something. But that wasn't enough to level him up.
You better goddamn scream for me!
Spiker. Take a look at that later. Of course, now I've lost sight of... Okay, good. Just kill something and level up, please. Wasted effort. Your wasted effort wastes my effort. Oh, come on. There we go. Pseudo stomp. Oh man. Once again they screw me. Now look at what a contradiction this weapon is. And how otherwise awesome it would be if it wasn't such a contradiction. It's the wild ass version. It has that accessory, which increases damage but decreases accuracy. And it has a structurally superfluous scope, rendered all the more structurally superfluous by the fact that it has the wild-ass accessory. Unintelligent design to the max. How many times am I going to get screwed? Take a swig of my coffee while sprinting.
Finally! Waiting in that church for hours. hours for someone to dig it up in case it was booby-trapped. Now hand it over.
Get away from the stash, bandits!
Damn it, Vault Hunter! You led that Hyperion jackass here!
You bandits, put down your guns and move back from the stash now!
Boba Fett versus Greedo.
Jackass. We all draw when the church bell rings for the 3rd time.
A trucks can stand up? Fine.
Draw!
Let's see what kind of Leota I got. Looks like a standard non-elemental, which is my preference.
Now that's amazing.
Nice.
Congrats. Hope you make better use of them than I did.
I don't really need to level up faster. And let's see. Not bad, not bad, as Morty would say. Now I need to get some use out of the Leota. Why do I prefer a non-elemental Leota? Let's take a look at how it's parted. Because if I'm going to use elemental guns, I prefer them to be Malawan. Well, an electric Leota. Well, why an electric? Oh, and look. It has a flat grip for a bit higher fire rate, 5.7 compared to 5.2. This one has a Jacob scope and a Hyperion stock, along with that flat grip. It looks awesome. What level is it? 36. Why is it 36? Fastball was a 38, and I got that way back in the Divide. Well, I'll be farming for the Farouk also. Maybe I'll find a better Leota while doing so. Ever zerked with a pair of identical, perfectly matching Leotas that were two different elements? That's a situation in which I do like them to be elemental. I forgot to finish this. I got distracted. Frivolous tactical reload. Didn't feel like dancing with it to get just the right angle so I can blast this apple. Zero can do that easily. He can use deception to circle back around and then hack its abdomen off with a melee strike. Which is super fun. I always go for a melee 0 build. I'm a mediocre sniper.
Oh, ladies, come on. I'm not that cool.
What's the accuracy on this? 95.8. And it's full auto. It's technically a machine gun. Outfitted with optics for para-sniper duty.
How'd that feel, huh?
I wasn't expecting to score either of the Yuta or of Varuk. First time fighting Boba Fett and Greedo. Come on, I can't be the first one that thought they resembled those two. Mowgli and Gettle. Are their names a reference to something? Mowgli and Gettle? Mowgli sounds like Mowgli from, what's he from, the Jungle Book? But Gettle, I don't know, aside from resembling the word kettle, I don't know what the name Gettle might or might not be a reference to. What's the name Loggins a reference to? I expect everything to be a reference to something. Still wondering why level 36.
You're my millionth customer. Don't let it go to your head.
Oh, not a bad, a halfway decent shock trooper weapon, I guess. I'm going to sell it though. I would get some use out of this if it didn't have a scope, and if it wasn't a wild ass. But if it was just a straight up plain old Bandit LMG with a Vlad barrel, it would be awesome. Especially awesome with a B shield. But that'll be for later. Very similar to this one. This only has a 4.8 fire rate because it has a Jacob's grip. And it would be better off with pretty much any other type of grip. Because being an electric, it doesn't need the boost to base damage. Moxie's and down. Sorry, Mox, but I'm going to sell that. I don't need to level up faster. I'm already over leveled.
If you shop anywhere else, I'll have you killed. I'll patch you up whenever you need it.
Let me check something. All right. What am I doing? I already got the echo down there. Look at the placement of that blade. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with that picture? I wish there were some limits, logical limits on things, like no bayonet on any type of gun that has a flat-off spinny gun barrel. I forgot to get that one. And now I can test the Leuta on a constructor. If you're battling, let's say, a badass constructor that has a shield, or any constructor that has a shield, then you can use electric. Come on, reverse, there. Oh yeah, that's the one I forgot. Because I got distracted with the whole, what's it called? Henry. Screw this, taking too long. Not the right tool for the job. I need this. Ah. Under level of Leuta. Frivolous tactical reload.
Yesterday, I had a conversation with another. Granted, it was only a conversation in as much as my grunts of social terror could be taken as human speech, but Roland did not seem to mind. He asked me why Jack hasn't revived the warrior yet if he has the key. I conveyed that the key needed to be charged by iridium, hence Jack's mining operations. He nodded and silently wiped the streams of my saliva from his face. I returned home, confused not only at his lack of disgust toward my behavior, but my lack of disgust toward him. For the first time, I felt as if I could actually live in Sanctuary. For the first time, I feel as if I might be okay.
So do you think Asperger's syndrome should have been put on the so-called autistic spectrum? Or do you think it should have remained more like its own thing? I don't like this idea that everyone is either neurotypical or they're autistic. If it is a scale, then shouldn't that mean that autism represents one extreme end of that scale, and neurotypical will be the center? That being the case, that would mean that some conditions would represent the opposite extreme from autism. Oh, do you see that? I made sure to run away so the baby that the baby maker made didn't destroy me. So anyway, because of the way autism is now defined, people who were not previously diagnosed as being anywhere on the spectrum are now able to be, I don't know, declared to be on the spectrum. And I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that at all. Back in the early 90s, I was prescribed Ritalin because I was having difficulty concentrating in school because I was bored out of my gourd. And this situation is a lot like that. Now, my math grades did improve. I didn't feel any different. I only had to take the smallest dose. Remember that Simpsons episode where Bart had to take Focusin because he had a condition called, what did they call it? Class clowniosis? Or something to that effect. And so they put him on Focusin, and his personality changes to like the exact opposite extreme. He becomes introverted, withdrawn, and eventually paranoid. I'm gonna go hunt droids with my new Leuda. Do I have this thing equipped now? The ray kill is more my style.
Thank you.
Exploder. Jump. Why didn't I jump? Press the jump key. So yeah. Ritalin, or the mass prescription of Ritalin, and that started before the early 90s. That and this autistic spectrum thing. It's all a mechanism of social control. Great thing about any version of the Droog, the Leuda being a legendary Droog, is it's easy to control your fire. Okay, so what was I saying? The Leuda is a legendary Droog. Easy to control your fire with any variation of the Droog.
Tossing the little lady.
And that basically renders Dahl sniper rifles obsolete by default. However, I vastly prefer Dahl assault rifles over Vlad. But I like them in aftermarket configuration. I like dull assault rifles with flat-off barrels. And I like flat-off, quote, sniper, unquote, rifles with flat-off barrels. Denied. I denied you your chance to blast me with a shield breaker. Hyper ion blast. Something else that this autistic spectrum nonsense malarkey theory stuff fails to take into account is that some people are left brain introverts. And that doesn't mean they're autistic. Some theorize that autism is left brain introversion taken to its extreme. Perhaps has something to do with some stuntedness in the right brain, seeing as how the right brain is the social brain, and the brain has a tendency to compensate for things. So if there's a deficiency in one part, then it'll maximize something else. Finish him.
Oh, good! They're running away!
Now I'm going to test Lyudmila, aka Lyuda, aka White Death, on a constructor. It's more efficient than a rocket launcher. Any droog, actually. As long as it's green or better. Even on True Vault Hunter mode. A level appropriate green or better. Like if you're fighting a warden, the warden I should say, Battle Architect, really? You don't live up to your name. Well, that's a lot to live up to. I'm not sorry. Jump!
Bandit scum!
I know. They make it so you can't move right when you're taking fire. You can't jump, and in some cases you can't sprint. Well, that annoys me.
He always stole my lunch anyway!
See that? How I'm using the split effect? To get the most use out of the Lyuda, it's best to use it against clusters of enemies. Oh, what? Oh, that was a 2-for-1 sale with the fastball. Yeah, you see the baby of the baby maker, the baby maker's baby, pop back up for some action, but there was none to be had. Another 2-for-1 sale. Or as some say, 2-for-1 special. And that phrase works especially well with TDR nomenclature. Oh, by the way, back to the topic of introversion, extroversion, left-brainedness, and right-brainedness. Most people are not pigeonholable. They might exhibit certain preferences the majority of the time, but switch into different modes depending on the situation at hand. Me being an INTJ, my primary cognitive function is introverted intuition, but that's backed up with extroverted thinking. Most people who know me in person have a hard time believing I'm an introvert, because they go by the pop culture definition of what an introvert is, which is basically someone who is like Patricia Tennis. Socially inhibited. Whereas in my case, I love to talk about stuff, not just talking about topics of interest, but socializing in general. Most people who have a phobia of socialization have that because what they really fear is unpredictability. That, or, any of the usual causes for anxiety, like public humiliation,
Hyperion wishes to remind
feelings of
you
inadequacy
it could be
related
much
to
worse.
failure or the perception of failure.
You can never be too well
Oh,
armed.
I nabbed that just in time. Huh.
I've always got new stock. Check back later.
Oh, wait. It's the, that's right. It's my Karate one I need to replace.
I'll always buy guns you don't need.
It's not severely underleveled, and it's holding its own just fine. But, and I'm going to keep this too, even though I have a Liuta. I've got two 42s, and this is a 38.
A note to all Hyperion custodial bots.
I want them to be closer
Please shut
to
down the grinders
being
before
a matching
attempting to clean its
set.
gears.
Remember, we're always open.
Sheldon Cooper is another pop culture stereotype of an INTJ.
The resistance can't last much longer.
High-functioning autism.
You listened to my notes, I assume. I would be upset were it not for the equally privacy-indifferent background check I ran on you before hiring you for this job. I hid the copious material I compiled after opening the vault those 5 long years ago. In a fit of spastic paranoia, I did not write down the locations to the information. Find it for me and be handsomely... Oh, were you expecting me to say handsomely rewarded?
Yeah.
Why loot the
I
dead
think she's
when you
coming
can
on
find
to you,
your
Axton.
meat?
Here's a good... I mean, yeah, it's a green, but I've already illustrated that greens are still viable even on true Vault Hunter mode. Pretty decent shock trooper weapon. I would take this over that
Always happy to do
spiky
business with a
spiker.
Vault Hunter. Tell your friend, Marcus, you need.
Wasn't like this back in the lands.
I've been relocated to Sanctuary against everyone's better judgment. Not my own, mind you. I never wanted to be here. I was perfectly content to live out my days in a non-standard living arrangement with 2 ceiling chairs I met at a bar fight. Oh, they're adorable. They barely speak any English. And if you have to ask what a ceiling chair is, I pity the life you've wasted.
It's a chair that hangs down from the ceiling like a hammock. Yes. This has more balanced stats.
If you ain't dead, I'll keep you that way.
It's a level higher, but a rarity rating lower. But I deem it worthy.
Guns! Glorious guns!
Par Electronomic Prowler. That basically means, now correct me if I'm wrong, by all means correct me if I'm wrong because I don't like to misinform. Beyond the law of electricity. I think par, you would think that par, you know, like the term used in golf, I read somewhere that it means beyond, but you wouldn't think that it means that. And that nomic means law of. Necronomicon means law of the dead. But I think...
Come back anytime.
Well, it's used to mean book of the dead. Neuronomicon, neuromancer would mean, well, you know, fill in the blank, add whatever word you want, put that suffix on there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
don't die. I need your business.
That nom word can mean either law of
I
or
should
book.
discuss the scroll-ophant in the room. The reason for my relocation was an elongated and systematically unpleasant torture at the hands of Jack's cronies. Roland and his well-defined pectoral muscles were kind enough to entrust the vault key with me after the awakening of the Destroyer, not to be confused with the Warrior. Seriously, they're so nothing alike.
Entrusted the vault key with you? Don't you mean entrusted you with the vault key?
Oh, right. Torture. I asked nicely on several occasions to take proper precautions against bacteria on the instruments, but it fell upon idiotic ears. As they cut into my flesh over and over, I would fade in and out of consciousness and whisper to the ceiling chair that it was going to be okay. Clark was afraid at first. His 4 legs trembled against the cold ceiling, but he knew he had to be strong for me. Then they went to work on his brother, Philippe.
Ceiling chairs don't have legs. They hang down like hammocks.
Philippe was so brave. He was so brave for me when the rotary saws began to ply his legs from his body. Clark cried out for his brother, even when one of the torturers inadvertently sat on him and muffled his cries. The last thing Philippe said before he passed on to the great wooden beyond was, "I love you, Patty. I love you." And then he was gone.
This is another pop culture stereotype of INTJs. The idea that we somehow personify inanimate objects and depersonify actual people. Nah, that doesn't happen in real life. Well, okay, some people actually do that, but they're genuinely mentally ill, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're INTJs.
It's lonely here in Sanctuary. Sure, Clark prattles around on the ceiling, but it's hardly the same. Jack has taken so much from me.
I don't care what you buy, just buy
Jack
something.
has taken the only happiness I've ever had in his asinine quest for the warrior and more power. Revenge is as pointless as music, but on this occasion, I will allow myself the revenge. I will allow myself to aid in his downfall.
removed.
Mark my words, Jack. You're going to die.
Be sure to take note of what she said earlier about them cutting into her flesh over and over. And they don't clarify whether she still bears the scars from that. That might indicate that she's a cyber. Because Jack mentions doing that to Lil later on.
The chronicles of my torture. I shall warm up some cold cocoa and listen to these again.
Damn, girl, you weird as hell. That's now maxed out, I think. 4. Yeah, that's maxed. Now, what should I do? Oh, yeah. That's the next one right there. That's a pretty good choice. All right. I could go ahead and sell this. In fact, I think I will.
Haven't found anything good?
I got some use out of it, just like I said I would.
See you soon.
We're ready for you.
What's up next? Oh, I might as well get all the Highlands stuff out of the way.
Hi, man, I think Roland wanted you to go check out the town of Overlook. See if you can help the people there or whatever. Them folks been cooped up in their houses ever since they got the shivers. Dollars to donuts, they could use your help.
Kind of like the way he says shivers. Interested in a new Malawan Karate rifle. Also, 4 more iridium ingots, and I can make my next purchase. Oh, back to the topic from before. Some speculate that the whole left brain and right brain, the way they work, all previous assumptions, might be mistaken.
Never asked to be here.
Maybe the reason why it's assumed that the majority is left brain dominant is because when the majority of people take tests, they switch into left brain mode. Well, according to a neurometric exam I took, I have just a 4% right brain dominance, or preference. My result was 48% left hemisphere, 52% right hemisphere. But that was just at that moment. I was never good at math, which is un-INTJ-like of me. My aptitudes were in history, economics, government, and literature. T's. Also art. But how does one judge art? T's. You ever heard the expression, I don't know art, but I know what I like? I don't really need a fire one. Let's see how much better my fire Corinthian is than that Jericho. It's a perfectly good Jericho. Well, these are pretty close to evenly matched, actually. T's. Tactical machine pistol. Tactical machine pistol. I don't really like twin-shot accessories on flat-off machine pistols. It results in uncontrollable recoil. Dull pistols benefit more from the twin-shot accessory, unless they have a matching dull barrel. Because then it results in a machine pistol that fires an 8-round burst in 2x4 configuration. I know I've mentioned that before, but it's worth reiterating. Get out of my face, fly. Sheesh. Fairly decent shock trooper weapon there. T's. Truth be told, I rarely use rocket launchers when I go shock trooper. I usually focus on sniper rifles and SMGs. Sometimes I'll use an electric Malawan pistol if I find one that has just the right parts.
Almost did? I can fix that.
Like a twin-shot accessory. This is a perfect hybrid. Malawan in the back, Bandit up front, and a Bandit scope. This is underscoped. And has a Jacob's grip. I couldn't tolerate that fire rate. I'd rather use a bolt action Jake. Some people don't like bolt action Jakes in this game, but I like them. I wouldn't have a problem with all of them being bolt action. All Jacob's sniper rifles being either bolt action or bolt actuated revolving single action, depending on whether they fed from a box mag or a cylinder. T's. T's. T's.
What are you buying here? Thanks for the iridium, chump. Come back now.
400 more iridium ingots. And I will be maxed out. T's. T's. What's this? Yeah. If this had a twin shot accessory, I'd get some use out of it. T's. Some speculate that autism might have something to do with an underdeveloped amygdala. T's. Hey, I'm no expert. I'm just discussing what others theorize. I don't judge people. Some speculate that Einstein might have been autistic. T's. T's, and then there's ADD, OCD. Some believe are interrelated, but they seem more like two opposite extremes to me. I may have a preference for an orderly environment, but I don't technically have clinical OCD. I know I've discussed this before, but it's worth reiterating. Genuine article OCD. T's incorporates, I know I've gone down below 1.5 million. That's well within reasonable bounds. Incorporates some element of what some call magical thinking. T's. For example, the belief that tapping on a doorknob 5 times will prevent airplanes from crashing. T's. keep it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it. I do like non-elemental Hyperion sniper rifles with Malawan barrels, but this is underscoped for its accuracy capabilities. It would get sold anyway because I've got all these awesome Malawan sniper rifles. Oh, and here's a Jake with a Mal barrel. And it too is underscoped. Throat's getting dry. Something that always drove me up a wall in Borderlands 1 is when I would find a sniper rifle that was almost perfect but was completely screwed over by one little detail. For example, a Cyclops having a Type 2 barrel, an Atlas Cyclops legendary sniper rifle with the least accurate barrel type, or maybe I would find a Jacob sniper rifle that was perfectly parted except that it was a gamble with a Type 2 barrel and had a Type 5 scope. Type 5 scope on a gamble with a Type 2 barrel. What a joke.
Hope you've had your shots.
To put that in perspective, that's about as much of a joke as having a scope on
I ain't a real doctor.
an all bandit parted Doom cleaner.
Just give me something to shoot.
Or maybe the opposite extreme. You could have a super accurate Malawan sniper rifle with a Type 5 barrel and the least accurate, or not least accurate, but least magnification scope, which is a Type 1. It's expressed simply as scope 1, but I refer to it as Type 1, Type 2, etc. I've heard it on the grapevine, if people still use that expression, tease, that Borderlands 3 will have a loot system similar to Borderlands 1. Oh, what's the... nothing interesting. Loot system more like Borderlands 1. Which probably means that each individual weapon part will have, or might have, as many as 5 variations. Not just weapon parts, but item parts too. In Borderlands 1, this is how you can tell what a perfectly parted shield looks like. The left side will have 3 prongs. The right side will resemble a soda can tease, and the middle part will resemble a dogfish. I'll gamble all the way down to 1 million if I have to. I really want that. I really want upgrade / replacement Karate rifle. It's gotta be Mal. If I end up with a Karate Ryudo, I'll roll with that. Especially if it's level 38 or better. Still don't understand why the one I got was a level 36. Use key, don't fail me now.
Move time! Move time!
Keys. Get it? Red light district.
Would you look at that?
That's nothing interesting. Still got plenty of money to burn. 240 plus 1,000. Double dollars. Scoring lots of blues. Let's get a look at this. See, that Jacob's grip ruins it. I need a fire rate of at least, I would say 1.1. If it has some exceptional quality, I could roll with it if it's at least 1.0. Tease. Tease. Come on, I'm not asking for a legendary. Or even a blue. Tease. Let me check something. All right, I'm back. Tease. It's getting predictable now. Tease. It doesn't even have to be tease. A Karate Malawan sniper rifle per se. I'll go with. Well, if it's an SMG, I would prefer blue Mal. Blue or better Malawan Karate SMG. If it's a sniper rifle, green is good enough. If it's a Mal. I'll accept a corrosive Droob tease. I'm gonna keep going. So I'm just down below 1 million. Did I check all the shops? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Keep it, sell it, sell it, sell it. Another Mal with a bandit barrel. Other corrosive weapons of potential interest include, but are not limited to, Synergy, Rat-a-Tatter, Anarchist, to name a few. A Blue Label Anarchist looks like a complete joke because it has a hammer and sickle on it, and yet it's called an anarchist. Tease. I know I mentioned this a lot, but it needs to be reiterated because people need to stop being ignorant of history. Tease. The Bolsheviks oppressed the anarchists. Not long after the October Revolution. Tease. 1917. Tease. Hey, what have I got here? Nice. Look at that pattern. Tease. That pattern before was like a bandit getting smothered by a three-legged slut. Moxie is a slut, make no mistake. And these are her slut machines. Be that as it may, I will take advantage of slut machines. Even though I'm philosophically opposed to sluttery. Tease. Given the current situation on Pandora, one must maintain a certain degree of pragmatism. Tease. Yeah, I sort of invented the word sluttery off the top of my head. With my, I have a lower level shock trooper Axton build, and he's got a purple label Malawon electric pistol. Hey, that'll probably replace my electric Droog. Maybe not. Purple label electric Malawon pistol with a twin shot accessory, and now I'm down below 1 million. And there's a corrosive SMG.
Can't run the latest Echo Sims.
With a blade. You see how it has these nifty Glock-style sights, but you don't look through them right. You're supposed to line the square part of the rear sight up with the front sight. This would otherwise be serviceable.
save your goddamn life.
And even though this Droog is a higher level and has better stats than this Raquel, I'm still kind of going for a Malawan theme, though this isn't an allegiance run. So I will go ahead and sell the Droog. Besides, I've got a Liuda. An under-leveled Liuda, but still a Liuda. Malawan sniper rifles in each element. 2 Raquels, 2 Corinthians.
See you real soon, I'm sure.
Let me check that thing again. Oh, got enough time for
this war, I know it.
one more gambling session. This one should be quick because I don't want to go too far below 1 million. Even though it's easy to earn it all back. Still, it's the principle of the thing. Tease. Tease. Gatling guns and cannons just don't usually impress me all that much. Or at all, really. They fail to impress me. Took my eyes off my cashola for a moment there. Went down below 1 million. But not by much. Now I might as well hang out and see what's on offer.
Set out. Stay alive out there.
20-ish seconds. I should compare my new blast rifle to the other ones. Keep the hard, sell the slippery. Even though that that pairs even better with this, because bandit barrel. I'll sell this. I wish this didn't have a scope. But hey, now I've got one with, one without.
Guns, guns, guns! Dogs get killed!
Oh.
Guns!
Shop's changed over.
Guns. To see my new weapon of the day. Don't have too much fun. Let me know if anything catches your eye. Remember,
Lieutenant Colonel Space Helicopter 42 Adventure!
Gung Ho.
Welcome to Dr. Zed's Portable Clinic. What can I do?
Going down to Sid's place. I mean Marcus's place. Sidorovich's descendant.
Why lose the dead when you can buy from me?
Dang it. Another coach gun screwed over by its having a scope. It has the right capacity and everything. Now, why couldn't that other Karate doll SMG have a mallow-on sight like this one?
Your cash ain't worth a thing if you don't spend it. Tell your friend, Marcus Music.
Brief equipment overview pending. All right. Back up so I can get better lighting. Yeah, that looks better. 40, 44, 40, 36. 40, 38, acceptable. 44, 40, 40, 41, 38, 42, and 42. So this needs to be swapped out for something level 40 or better. This is acceptable. This I just don't understand. 36. But of course I'll keep it on hand as a placeholder at least. All right. See you next mission, slabs.